Yo, it's N.O.vate, another Detroit story, and I'm hanging out tonight, just chilling by myself. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm not gonna be too rudimentary on this one as I usually be. I'm just gonna go straight into the story, and this story is called "Why I Love a Child Named Dior." She's grown now. She's in college, but why I always loved this girl Dior. She's my niece, basically. But this story, bro, is this shit. Every story I tell you, bro, the shit is real, nigga. I can prove this shit, bro. I'm not even telling you the whole story. This shit here, though, this is every story has to do with God saving me. I'm not just telling stories to clout chicks. Like, look what I've been through. Every story has an element of like either he's lying or God saved him from some shit. And if you care enough, you can research and find like he's not lying. He's not even telling us the full truth. Like God saves this. Like how could he be alive? How can I still be alive? God saves me, bro. That's why I'm so nice to niggas, bro. Trying to let niggas know who the fuck I am while I'm still in my sins a little bit, so I can relate to y'all. Cause if I stop all of this, you will never see me again. I will never. I would have never come here. I'm glad I did though to humble me. Like I thought I was holier than thou, you know. Now we come from Detroit. Now I'ma say some shit you never heard. Niggas think I be capping. Like nigga, I created the name Joy Road Boys. How about that? Call my brother, call my mother, call somebody from the west side that know me and say, who made that? I literally said, we are the Joy Road Boys. It was me, Ernie, my boy Steve, and George May walking. And we was walking with this, and we was running in the rain, high as hell. And we was with this nigga named Chris in town from Livernois. So they were from Joy Road, Livernois. We were from Wyoming. They was like by Prairie. And this girl was like, "Are y'all best friends? Are y'all bringing the neighborhoods together? Cause we used to fight." And I was like, "Nah, we the Joy Road Boys." And I created the Joy Road Boys, bro. I didn't create them, cause I wasn't a nigga with the money. Ernie and Chris was. Tam was my nigga though. That was Gut, brother. My nigga Gut got killed in my face in the car with me. I never told nobody that story. I'll tell y'all that story one day. But we walking down the street. Me and this nigga, bro, we running down the street with umbrellas, singing like we singing in the rain, high as hell. Tell me, we was 14, man. I had a car that didn't have a transmission, bro. I would drive that motherfucker backwards around the neighborhood for like a year. Like we was weird as hell in Detroit, bro. Like this nigga selling rocks in the car, driving that bitch backwards for like the whole summer, nigga. We got money anyway. But we created the Joy Road Boys, bro. Only say that to say that. The shit I'm saying, bro, ain't no like little shit that went under the radar, nigga. Everything I'm saying, if you know somebody, you could check it. Like they gonna be like, yo, that's that nigga. Like leave that nigga alone. Nobody know I changed my life. Like I changed my life so drastically. And the reason I brought up the Joy Road Boys, man, because I wanted to prelude. I'm still doing. This is the only way I can write. I just can't tell a story straight through. I gotta skip and jump and foreshadow shit. Only reason I foreshadowed that, bro, is because the niggas that did this to us was like, I'm just letting you know the type of people we was fucking with, bro. Like we was beefing. If you from Detroit, you know the Hicks brothers. You know the Chambers brothers. We was at war with these niggas, bro. As kids, at war with the Chambers brothers. And then you know who the fuck you talking to and what I could have done. Let me stop. This is why I love Dior. We going back. It started, bro. I used to drive like I was a nigga that Ernie. I'll start saying this nigga name when you talk about drugs. Ernesto. Call that nigga Ernesto. That's my boy though. I love him. I'm gonna call him Ernesto. I'm calling Little E. We call him Ernest Pugh, nigga. Y'all don't even know about us, man. We the originals, bro. We the original Detroit. All these rappers, Calico and all them, ask them who the fuck I am, Capo. You landslide, nigga. Ask them niggas who the fuck you dissing, bro. You don't know who you talking to, nigga. None of y'all ever knew who y'all was talking to. That's why I didn't get along with y'all. I was a level above y'all. And y'all ain't have no choice but to just destroy me. So y'all can make it. Still alive, nigga. Can't kill me. This what happened, bro. So we fucking with this. The reason I brought up them East Side niggas, man, cause I ain't gonna say Lil E brother name. But man, this nigga fuck with this nigga named Low. This nigga named Low from the East Side. Big nigga, Low. Drug dealer nigga from the 80s, man. I ain't like this nigga, bro. Cause this how we got on. I think I could say this. This how we got rich and famous, bro. My boy brother was the nigga that was the kingpin of Detroit. And when he went to jail, he made everybody on the west side buy weight from him. So everybody on the west side had to buy weight from us. That was a network. I'm sure niggas to where niggas like Hot Supreme from New York came. Them niggas came to us. Brought us Dapper Dan Gucci suits. Brought us kilos for 14. Not us, nigga. Cause I was the one holding that shit. I was the one safe keeping that shit at my fucking house. But this nigga Low, man, I didn't like y'all. The way I tell my stories is dope, bro. Benz, watch my channel, man. Enjoy this shit, nigga. Until I come back into battle rap, I'm doing this for my peeps. Cause I'm an entertainer, and I'm like, yo, until I come back, let me get some more water. I got a coffee cup full of water. I ain't drink. I still smoke cigarettes. Slow down on the weed. Body still jerking from that drinking shit. I had Diddy, but let's get back into the story. So this nigga, man. So this nigga Low, man. So let's just jump right into the story. So one day, I'm in this nigga Ernie. I'm driving this nigga. We going to get some birds from this nigga, man. Ernie, get out the car. Go get this nigga, you know, bro, we was the type of niggas, man, that we got this nigga Lil E got a kick out of making money with no money, bro. This nigga just got a kick out of like, G Money, watch this, watch what I do. We'll wake up and me and this nigga hung together like fucking twins. I go to this nigga crib in the morning. I go get the weed, I go get our food. I was a flunky, ain't gonna lie. I was his boy. I wasn't no flunky to niggas in the street. I'll knock your fucking head off. But in the immediate circle, he was the man. I was the one nigga, yo, G Money, go get us something to eat, nigga. Go get some weed. He go a couple hundred, man. Get get your hustle on. So I was always the nigga drives nigga around selling his keys and shit like that. I was the drop off man. So this nigga got the birds from this nigga, bro. And I'm looking in the mirror. I'm looking in my rearview mirror. They on the side of the car. And when Lil E turned around, that nigga looked at him like his face was like, bro, that nigga looked at you crazy when you turned around. He like, don't worry about that shit. So basically what happened, that nigga gave us the birds. I'm gonna give you a prelude to the story you about to hear. That he said he gave us 2 keys to front. Now I'm gonna go back into why I said, because earlier this nigga be like, I ain't got no bread. I'm gonna have this nigga front me 2 keys. Watch what I do. He'll get the 2 keys from that nigga. And he'll get a key from a nigga and he'll have like half meals. He just didn't touch his money, bro. And he just got a kick out of this shit. And he'll be like, watch this, G Money. Hey, yo, Lo, bring me 2 keys. He'll call everybody in the fucking neighborhood, bro. And he'll call niggas to have niggas come to get them 2 keys. And he'll cook them up and make them 3. And he'll be in my face like, where that key come from? Be like, nigga, you did that shit in like 10 hours, nigga. You made like $30,000 in 10 hours. He did that shit all the time. We was so slick, bro. We knew like it was certain niggas that like we did like when I was on it live with that guy. He asked me how much an ounce weighed. That shit was funny as hell. I'm like, these niggas think I'm a clown because we didn't do that, but we knew niggas that could do it fast. So man, this nigga would, bro, literally, bro, this nigga would call like 6 niggas, 7, 8, 9, just call niggas. Yo, bring me your money. I'm about to get on. I got you. Bring me your money. And he'll have the money and he'll be like, watch this, G Money. I'm broke. I got $1,000. Watch this shit. Nigga will have a 50 G's by the end of that day, bro. What we'll do, I'm just letting y'all know how real this shit is, bro. That y'all, the shit y'all niggas don't know how I teach niggas in New York how to get money with the promise of them quitting if I get them enough money. Like, you gotta stop this shit. I used to do that, but I'm too sensitive to God. I don't. But when I first came to New York, I used to tell these New York niggas they didn't know how to get money. I used to have to tell these niggas how to run the block. Like, y'all niggas not doing shit right. So man, this nigga, bro. But if you knew niggas that could sell the rocks fat, like if we knew niggas that had a spot that was doing like 3 G's, he'll call them niggas. Them type of niggas. Come get it. We'll get them. If you know about a soda ball, nigga, you know. Take that one key, whip that motherfucker up into 2, sell it to them niggas real fast. Sell it to niggas that know can sell it before it break down and shit. We did that shit. Killing the game. Nobody knew what we was doing. Some niggas will come back like, man, that was a soda ball. Ernie be like, man, what you do, man? You sit on it or something? You got it wet. Like, you told me you had a hustle, what you ain't got no. And we'll just kick them niggas to the curb. You said you could sell it, nigga. You still got it? And we'll do the reverse psychology on them niggas. Like, you still got it, nigga? Like, you let that shit break down, like. But niggas that could sell it fast, real niggas that we ain't sell it to them. Cause we knew, like, them niggas gonna know, like, that's a soda ball. That's how smart we was. And that's karma, nigga. And this is the karma that all my stories got different acts, nigga. I wish I need to put words like karma, act 1. And now we going back to me in the car with this nigga giving this nigga the 2 birds. And I mean, I'm looking at this nigga in the mirror. And when E walk away, this nigga, like, bro, that nigga looked at you crazy. So we in the crib. But the funny thing is, bro, usually in Detroit, man, we used to get the keys. You know, the keys come in that square shit. You know, it come in the box, nigga, with the duct tape and with the tape and with the Scorpio on it. Nigga, we used to get the keys in Detroit with the bread, with the hot sauce on it. Them shits used to say Bill Clinton all around them. Before Bill Clinton was president, the kilos said Bill Clinton. All around them shits Clinton. They would have governors' names on them. They were stamped by governors, nigga. Y'all niggas don't know. Nigga, we used to, nigga, I used to have to tell this nigga, like, man, look how you breaking down these keys, nigga. That shit been under the water for a long time, nigga. There are stockpiles of that shit. That shit was, bro, we'll break down the key. It was wrapped in like some scuba shit, where you gotta cut the scuba gear off. Then you gotta unwrap the duct tape. Then cut another layer of scuba gear off. And that shit'll still be moist, nigga. That mean that shit been underwater for years. They just bringing it in. They got stockpiles of that shit. That shit is underwater, bro. Them kilos are used to be underwater, son. So I only say that to say this was the only time we got a kilo that was in like a softball. This nigga had that shit like a baseball, bro, wrapped up. And it still had that scorpion signal on it though. But I say that, remember, that shit was like a baseball. It wasn't a regular kilo. So we go in the crib with the keys. We put the keys in the basement. Ernie down there cooking up. I'm upstairs. I'm upstairs playing with Dior. This is about Dior. Me and Dior playing PlayStation. And the reason I say this is about her, because if you see there's always a child that God uses to intervene in my life. That innocence. God said, I can't work through this nigga. I can only reach this nigga through something so fucking innocent for him to hear me. And the last story that I told you, it was the little girl when I went in her basement. And she didn't tell her mother. She could have told her mother, like, he wasn't in the basement. That little girl ain't say nothing. She ain't even cry, bro. The police came. So that girl saved me. I saved this little girl. Me and Dior playing PlayStation. I got the Uzi next to me on the table. Now I'm holding her in my lap, playing the PlayStation with the Uzi. I had an Uzi and a 9mm with one clip. Because it was a Mac 10 and a 9 with one clip. Because that back then, I don't know if it's still, but back then, that 9 clip, you could stick that joint in both. So, depends, I just had it out. Like if I go outside, if somebody happen, that's how he did it. That's how he did it, actually. I was just in that area where he's usually at by his back door. So I'm playing PlayStation with her, but I hear somebody hit the window. I think it's like the wind or something, man, or just a tree or something from the back of the house. But I want to play the game by myself. So I'm like, Dior, somebody. I said, there's a bear outside. You better go upstairs to Susan. And as soon as I said that, it was like, POM! I thought a nigga shot it with a gauge. Like, POM! A nigga actually hit it with an axe. POM! Just BOM! Right in our face, right in me and her face. I had a second of time because I've been through so much shit. I'm not a flight. I'm a fight. I got enough time to think, fight, or flight. I don't just flight. It takes a lot of experience. Like some niggas fight and they just see a blur. Some niggas fight and they could be like, I'm a nigga that could fight and be like, that can think when he in that type of situation. So I thought, like, do I put the clip in this fucking Mac or do I grab this fucking child? Like, I got 1 second to think. Do I save my life, grab the gun, shoot, and jump out this window? I was smart enough to do that. I could have grabbed that gun, and jumped out the window and left everybody in that house. Or I could have left the gun and just grabbed the baby and tried to run for the front door. So I chose to grab the baby. I grabbed the oar. I pick her up. I leave the gun, bro. I didn't have time. There wasn't no clip in it. Wasn't no need to grab a clip. Wasn't no need to grab a gun. If I ain't got time to load that shit. So I run with the child to the front door. Everybody in the house, me, his mother, his sister. I'm running up the steps, bro. Niggas running down the steps. Somebody running down. Detroit police, freeze. I got the baby. The gun went right in my face to where I dropped the baby. I ran into the gun. Boom. I dropped the baby. But if the people was running down the steps and Ernie's sister, Susan, I seen her grab the baby. And I seen her run out the door. But when I seen her run out the door, I seen somebody let her run out the door, bro. But they held the door. And they saw me. So I ran to the basement. And when I was running to the basement, a nigga was shooting the basement door off as I was passing it. As soon as I passed the basement door, he shot it. So this is how God was with me, bro. So you got the nigga at the front door holding the front door. He let his sister run out, but he saw him run out. Ernie ran out the house. Ernie left us. I ain't gonna lie. I made the choice not to leave, but he left. He ran. And the nigga saw him run, and I guess it shocked the nigga to where the sister ran out. And I ran in the basement. The nigga shot the door, saw me run in the basement. So these niggas, I say that to say that, when they was looking for him, one nigga was like, he ran down here. Another nigga was like, no, he got away. That's kind of how I got away. Because they didn't know what we looked like. If they would have thought I was him. So I run in the basement. This nigga shot that door open. Bam, bam, bam. By the time I get to the bottom of the steps, I hear the door come in. By the time he shoot it in, my boy mother behind me. Like, come here with me. Something just told me, like, run in the pantry. Because whenever I used to be downstairs, I used to be like, yo, this pantry, man, we can turn this in. It was just a hiding spot. For some reason, I was like, come with me, miss. And we hid in the pantry. But she ran under the steps. The pantry had a back way to the steps to where you can run under the steps. And I couldn't get under there. They came down too fast. My nigga, I'm sitting in the pantry. My people, my brothers and sisters. And this is how good God was to me. And this story is fucking true and crazy. All my stories are true. I'm sitting on a box of food, like a can, we had stacks of peas in that pantry. And I had remember them old window shades that you could pull down? I had a window shade, and I was holding that shit like this. You could see my hands, but it was dark. It was pitch black in that pantry. I had the window shade holding it. And I hear them niggas in the outer side of the basement just, you could hear niggas like, boom, just tearing everything up. Bam, 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 bam. This nigga came in where I was at. He didn't have no mask on. He had his back to me, though. And this nigga was fixing the fuse box. He was trying to pull the fuse box off, trying to see. So I guess that's why I went in the pantry, because that's where we hid a lot. So I didn't realize what was going on. Like the nigga that knew a lot of our business was robbing us and shit. So I went into our hiding spot. And that nigga came in the hiding spot. And he had his back to me, though. So he's here fucking with the fuse box. And I'm behind this nigga. He can do like this and hit me. I'm behind this nigga with a lampshade. And I'm thinking like, this nigga N.O.vate. I knew who it was. I thought it was Ralph. I'm like, is that Raphael? He looked just like my boy Ralph. I'm like, Ralph robbing us. Like, that nigga gonna kill me because he know me. I'm like, that's N.O.vate. I'm like, if he see me, I'm just gonna put my head down. I'm gonna be like, don't kill me, B. I didn't look at your face, son. I didn't see your face. Nigga didn't, when you see a nigga come in your shit like that and nigga don't got a mask on, they coming to murder something. But he fucking with the fuse box. There's a little space between me and him. Another nigga peek his head. Another nigga come into the pantry door. He got a mask on. And he looking at his boy. I'm behind both of them. He looking at his boy. This nigga turned the light on like click. Now it's bright and I'm behind these niggas. All he gotta do is turn around and look. This nigga did like this, bro. Before he could turn around and look, all you could hear is 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. And they both ran out. That was they sick. All you could hear is niggas running from all types. Bro, and so what happened is I was in the back of the house playing the PlayStation with the kid. These niggas climbed on the roof. And they was on the roof of the house before they came in. And they rushed every window. So they came in the windows upstairs. They came in the windows downstairs. So when I tried to run upstairs, they was coming down. Because we used to rob niggas like police. We used to get them Crown Victorias, tag them shits, and we'll rob you like a DT. And them niggas came downstairs robbing us like the cops. I run in the basement, boom. I'm down there. When I'm in there, bro, another nigga come down. They're like, where that nigga at? The nigga say, he ran down here. The other nigga was like, nah, he ran outside. They was like, no. So they didn't know the timeline. Like, maybe he thought I ran in the basement and ran outside. So God was with me this whole time. But I'm holding this shit, bro. And this nigga looked at me. Before he can fully look at me, somebody was like, I heard a nigga say, we got the dope. And then you heard another nigga be like, 5-0. That was their signal to leave. And that nigga left before he could completely look at me. God just I'm telling you, bro. This was me. Just sitting here. Shaking like a motherfucker. Scared as hell. Just sitting there. This nigga come in. He does like this. 5-0. The nigga just never looked at me, bro. They would have murdered my dumb ass. And this how dumb these niggas was. And this how loyal I was, bro. When I came out, man, it was blood everywhere, bro. These niggas was cutting themselves trying to pull the drop ceiling down and shit. It was blood all over the ceiling and on the floor and shit. The fucking 2 kilos was in the corner, bro. Them dumbass niggas, when they said I got the dope, they found the baking soda that we used to cut the key. They found like a half a key of baking soda and ran out the crib with baking soda after doing all that shit. Them niggas ran in our crib, laid us down. They had sisters and they had family members upstairs. Just because they didn't find us, everybody was laid down. Them niggas went through all that shit, bro. And they left that house with fucking baking soda. And another reason I love it. Now the last story I told y'all, the nigga Ernie, that nigga ran back in the crib. He was like, where G Money? That's why I was like, I would never do nothing to hurt that nigga. That nigga don't know. The only reason, if I'm going to say this, and I'm going to end this, for anybody that really know my business, only reason I robbed that nigga, bro, and took that money, because somebody was going to kill me if I didn't tell them where all his money was at, bro. Somebody was threatening to kill my whole family if I didn't tell them where his money was at. And he didn't believe me. He thought I was joking. Like, man, these niggas trying to kill me, son. If I don't tell them where your money at. G Money, you bugging. Stop drinking. I'm like, all right. I'm taking this 10 G's and I'm leaving this city for these niggas kill me. That's the only reason I left. So for anybody that be like, he should have stayed, then you would rather see me dead. Because if I didn't leave, I would have died. N.O.vate out.